Hey, this is Kate, the Daily Tarot Girl, and in this video I'm going to be unboxing the Animal Spirit Oracle deck. Okay, so let's unwrap. I love unwrapping things. It feels like Christmas. Okay, so Animal Spirit Oracle, and this is by Bruce Clifton and Sonia Parker, 52 oracle cards and guidebook. And actually they sent me some lovely gifts with this deck, and I should say that this deck was sent to me for free in exchange for a review. So they sent me this spirit board and actually I'll show you the full view. So here's the spirit board, and then they also sent me a really lovely chunk of, I think it's Amazonite. It's really, really beautiful. One of my favorite stones, actually. I really like those like greeny blue colored stones. And then a really lovely quartz pendulum. So I have yet to try out the Spirit Oracle board, but let's dive into the deck here. So I will put links to this deck. Let's get it open. I'll put links to this deck just below this video if you want to purchase this deck or you want to check it out. Okay, so here is the backs of the cards, and then there's a little guidebook. Let's have a peek at the guidebook here. Okay. All right. So it looks like there's a page, a description for each card. I'm not sure why there's this logo, this stamp in the middle of every page. It does make it really hard to read what's written on the page. So I'm not sure why that's there, but I like that there's a color picture of each card. Okay. So let's dive into the deck. Okay, so I had to pause my video so I could get the plastic wrapping off. So this is what the backs of the cards look like. Now, the cardstock is actually quite lovely. It has like a very smooth feel. It's nice quality. It's, a nice thickness, and it's kind of semi-gloss, I guess. It's not really matte, but it's not quite gloss, but it has kind of a unique feel. Actually, I don't think I have any cardstock quite like this in my collection. So I'm just going to slowly go through the cards to kind of give you a feel for these cards. So it looks like each card features a particular animal. It says the name of the animal, and then it has like a phrase or a word for each card. I actually really love animal decks. I'm an animal lover, and you'll probably hear my kitty, Merlina, in the background whining. I shouldn't say whining, chiming in. So we're starting with insects. So we got bee, dragonfly. I like this because bull is number 4, and it's about being stubborn, and it makes me think of the emperor in the tarot, and he's also number 4, and he's kind of bullish in a way. Okay, so I'm loving the pics of the animals, really beautiful. Oh, my kitty Henry's joining us. Hey. Okay, we've got the unicorn, beautiful, deer, and I'll do a little reading at the end just so you can see this deck in action. I have to say lately I haven't been reading with oracle cards. I've mainly been reading with tarot, so it would be nice to kind of break from that and try something different. Oh, I love owls. actually just going to break the deck in half so it's not so heavy. So I think this is a nice deck for anyone who wants to get more in touch with the animal world, with the animal kingdom. And let me know in the comments what kinds of things do you look for in an oracle deck? What kinds of oracle decks have worked well for you in the past? Has there been like a particular theme that works well? Like I love animal decks, and I find I have quite a few animal oracle decks and animal themed tarot decks. Ooh, kitties. Mischievous. I like that. So yeah, let me know in the comments if there's like a particular theme or style of oracle deck that really works for you. I really like ladybugs. This is cute. I feel like I have a special connection to ladybugs. They often will show up in my life at interesting moments. And let me know in the comment section if there's like a particular animal that you would consider like a spirit animal. If there's a particular animal that you just get really excited to see when you're out and about. Like I find owls to be fascinating creatures. And eagles are beautiful. I see them all the time. But owls I don't see very often, so I get so excited when I see an owl. Lots of woodpeckers where I live. I think I have a few of those in my backyard. And then we're back to crow. Oh, I love crows too. Okay. Lots of birds in this deck. Lots of birds, lots of insects. Moths are fascinating. There's so many different species of moths, and I've just finished dealing with an infestation of pantry moths in my kitchen. It's taken months to get rid of them. Oh, I like this particular card. This is beautiful. Snake. Oh, my cats are really involved in this unboxing video. Eel. I've never seen an eel in real life, like in nature. I think this would be an easy oracle deck for beginners, just because there's the keywords, and especially if you love animals and you find animals easy to connect with. All right, so that has been all the cards, and I'm going to shuffle the deck now, and I'm going to do a little mini reading. So I'm going to draw 3 cards, and I'm going to start with kind of interviewing this deck. So I'm going to begin by asking this deck, what kind of a deck are you? What card kind of sums up your personality as an oracle deck? Okay. And the card we got here, I love doing this with new decks, by the way, because you really get a feel for the personality of the deck, a feel for the cards. Okay, so let's zoom in a little here. So we have Wren, Inspirer. Oh, I love this. Okay, so this deck is a deck that can be used for, well, this is a deck that wants to be used for inspiration. So if you need inspiration for some kind of project you're working on, or even if you're going through a relationship hiccup or issue, or you're just wanting some inspiration for the day ahead, this is a nice deck that will do that. That will provide kind of inspiration and ideas. And then I just want to kind of connect to the energy of the wren. Wrens, I have a lot of wrens in my backyard, and they are super, super cute. They're super cute. They're very fast, and they're just such a joy to watch and to observe. And there is something inspiring about them. I'm not sure what it is, but there is something when you watch them just flit around from branch to branch and look so adorable. There is something kind of inspiring about that type of bird. And so it almost feels like this deck is kind of like that. Like this deck feels very like non-threatening, very sweet, very kind of gentle, and a joy to read with. So let's ask, I'll put this deck or this card aside, and I'm going to ask another question of this deck, and I'm going to ask, what kinds of issues do you like to help with? So what kinds of readings, what kinds of questions do you like being asked? What kinds of topics or issues do you love to help with? And here we have number 4, eel, endurance. All right. So let's just tune into that word, endurance. I feel like this deck helps you kind of maybe even push through difficult times, or if you're trying to stay positive or stay inspired or stay productive in a particular project or something, this deck will kind of help give you that extra push, that extra kind of jolt of energy and guidance. And then looking at the animal, looking at the eel kind of, to me, is like a weird cross between a snake and a fish. And it kind of moves in this seductive, almost kind of undulating way. And so there's something earthy, like there's something kind of snake-like, like snakes kind of crawl on their belly on the earth. There's something kind of earthy and grounded about the eel, but at the same time, it's like a fish. It swims through the water. And I feel like this deck can really help bring a sense of groundedness and practicality and also inspiration. Okay, so let's put these cards to the side, these 2 cards. I'm going to shuffle again, and I'm going to ask one more question of this deck, and I'm going to ask this as a question for all of us. So actually, I think I want to ask a couple more questions. So the first question is going to be, what trait or what energy will be most helpful to us in this moment? So today or this week, what energy will be most helpful to us? Ooh, rooster, victory. For some reason I was like not expecting this. That's always interesting when you draw a card and you're like, I was not expecting this particular card. So roosters to me are super annoying. They're like loud, they're obnoxious, they're like really in your face. You really don't forget that they're there. And it's this sort of victory. To me, it makes me think of like tooting your own horn and not being a wallflower, not sort of disappearing into the background, and sort of being front and center and not letting people forget you. And so I think it's kind of an interesting card to ponder. And it feels like right now this might be a helpful energy of like, I think sometimes it's good to be quiet, and sometimes it is good to disappear into the background. And then there's moments where you actually want to be bold and you want to be front and center and you want to be loud, and maybe give yourself permission to toot your own horn and be a little bit obnoxious. And so that's the energy that may be helpful for you in this moment. So that's an interesting thing to consider. Now, I want to ask what kind of energy might actually get in our way in this moment? What kind of energy might work against us? What should we be aware of? Oh, interesting. Okay, so we have frog, which is all about acceptance. And what I'm getting here is it's saying, don't just accept things as they are. And again, I think that there's times when acceptance can be really helpful. There's times when it's time to stop pushing against things and to just accept things as they are. But because this is the card I chose as, what is not helpful, what might get in our way, it's saying don't just accept things as they are. If you accept certain things, you sort of ensure that they continue on. So this is about using discernment about, what you are not going to accept anymore. And I think it's interesting that we started with 6. Now we've got number 5. And I'm going to draw one last card. And I'm going to ask this deck, what is our secret superpower? So what is one particular superpower that we have, or that you have, that you may not be totally aware of, that you need to be kind of reminded of? Ooh, Earth Dragon, potential. Okay, so I'm just going to take a moment to kind of look at this Earth Dragon, connect with its energy. It feels magical, it feels mystical, it feels a little bit fantastical, and I think that we all have a side of us that is kind of like this. And the Earth Dragon, as the keyword says, is all about potential. And so I think that is kind of your superpower, is aligning with your potential, recognizing your potential. And your potential isn't necessarily what is. Your potential is something that's kind of untapped. And I think some days we can, live in our full potential, and other times we're just kind of tapping into a small part of what's possible of our potential. So that feels like it's your superpower, is figuring out your potential, reminding yourself of what is possible, what you're capable of. Okay, so that was fun. I enjoyed that. So I would say all in all, this is a fun deck to read with. I love like I said, I love animal cards. And ooh, kitty. And these were fun cards to read with. Pretty easy. I think it would be easy for beginners. And again, really nice quality card stock, really lovely finish. And my cat really wants to go outside because it's beautiful, it's sunny. So I'm gonna take her outside. So this has been my unboxing of the Animal Spirit Oracle by Bruce Clifton and Sonia Parker. And again, I'll put the link below this video if you want to learn more and check this out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.